you like? You like organic or do you like synthetic?
What do you think?
I think you're an organic.
You guys talking fertilizer behind my back?
Hi, Kevin. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Hey,
What's
Jen.
up? Yes, we are. We're discussing
out.
synthetic versus organic and
Yeah.
really how much has changed in our industry over like the past 10 years.
Which I want to talk about. But for my benefit, can you just pull it back a little bit? Let's
Okay.
go a little higher. Just fertilizer in general. I mean, like, what is it? What's it doing? And like, what are the differences? When do I use it? What do you got?
I mean, basically, they are different ingredients, whether it's synthetic or organic, and that they are fine-tuned to a specific need of your plant. So, like, going back when Roger would say, right plant, right place, right fertilizer, right place, you'd have to know your plants,
Yes.
your soil conditions, and your existing lawn.
So every bag is a different concoction, and you got to know
Exactly.
what you're actually grabbing.
Yep.
But, and I guess what's on the bag?
Yep. These
Right.
numbers here, these NPK numbers here.
NPK?
Yes. So you have nitrogen, phosphate, and potassium.
Okay.
Okay. And the nitrogen is good for in the lawn area. If this number was higher, it'd be good for grasses, so it gives you that extra punch of color. Exactly. And that's what we like, right?
Right, 100%. A lot of color.
So we got to do that.
Right, and then the middle number, the phosphorus.
Phosphorus for the root system and also for a little punch color, things like that.
Potassium or K for,
The overall strength of the plant, so the overall strength and structure.
I presume these are organics over here?
Yeah.
Do they have the number system as well?
They do. So the organics come from natural materials. You're going to get it from compost, manure, bone meal, right? So this one is manufactured
When you say manufactured, from organic.
materials.
I
And there's a
Even
whole
like
laundry
ash and
list.
things like that.
Okay.
This is your regular compost, and then this one is millorganite.
Yes. Malagonite, love this. This is really good for the lawn as well as your flower beds and everything else. Human waste.
Oh, so like literally the same effective manure. I mean,
Correct.
Human manure, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
But each of these pellets and sizes have been they're specific to the NPK ratio on the bag. So, but the deal with organics, it takes it a little bit longer to break down because like the earthworms
Yep.
and the
It's
microbes.
good for the soil overall.
Yeah, the microbes in the soil, they break it down, and then once that is digested, the plant it can uptake those nutrients.
Where this is like a quick punch, boom, green it up, grow fast.
So generally speaking, more potent on the synthetic side, a little less potent on the
Well,
organic
if you got to
side.
look at it, it's okay. Think of if your plant is sick, that's going to be your antibiotic. That's going to be your treatment. So if you want fast acting, go synthetic. Ideally, I try to go organic, but sometimes you need a supplement with synthetic.
So that was my next question. Like, are you strictly an organic fertilizer person or strictly a synthetic, or can you mix and match? Like, how would you mix and match?
I would mix and match these two here, the synthetic and the malagonite, with doing the lawn, okay? And then also, if I want to put this in like maybe some flower beds and things like that, this works really well.
Give it a nice punch.
And I would do the same with, everything's established, but my plants aren't blooming. I might give it a kick of the middle number, or use something called superphosphate, phosphorus,
Yep.
and that gives for the blooms and the fruits, right? Or if you know your roots are weak, they need some more attention, you hit it with the last number, the potassium.
So I'm hearing sort of long-term, consistent, good soil health, a little faster acting, higher concentration. I don't get the sense that I can use too much of that. I mean, obviously I don't want to kill my lawn with too much compost.
It's a very good question, right? So
Correct.
so if there's too little, it's not your plant's going to suffer. It's going to struggle.
Yep.
Like
Right.
you want to give it that little dose of vitamin to like get it back to health. But if you put too
much.
much in excess, you could also burn your plant.
Yes.
And in this situation, more is definitely not better. It's going to cause environmental impacts.
Yes.
Heavy rains, it'll leach into the
Yep.
ground, go into watersheds, create algae blooms and lakes. You know about regulations, right?
Correct. You have to be aware where you're living and where you are, and read the directions on these things. You know what I mean? But this is the best way to go for like a lawn situation. But you have to be careful about like Jen says, the water situations and things like that.
So if you do go on the synthetic route, use
Yeah.
it appropriately,
Correct.
use it in the right amounts, and understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, more is not better.
Yeah.
People have a tendency, it's
Oh, yeah.
just human nature to put more. You think it's going to be better. Just follow the ratio on the bag. There's a formula.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good information. And then I guess finally, is this all you guys talk about when you're alone?
Pretty much. Right?
Hey, it's important, man.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.